What's going on, guys? My name is Shane and I have no idea how to start this video because we have a lot going on in one video. I have a super mini Ulta haul and I figured I would just show you everything that I got you because I'm sure they're going to be products that I'm going to be talking about. But I went into Ulta for a very specific product. Now, I had gone to the drugstore and looked for this product that we're going to be reviewing today, but unfortunately I think this product is pretty hyped up at the moment, so it's kind of hard to get your hands on. So I had no luck at the drugstore, so I went into Ulta and luckily I found at least one shade that may work for me. So let me show you the other products first and then I'll show you the last product that we're going to be reviewing today. So let me just go ahead and kind of dump everything out. I do have one product that did not come from Ulta, but I'll get to that in just a moment. I actually ended up picking out these eyelashes from Ardell. Now, you guys know I'm a huge fan of my Salon Perfect 615 lashes, which are these ones. So they're actually really similar. I just kind of wanted to see if there was any real difference, so they stood out to me, so I grabbed a pair. So that was the first thing, and then I went into the NYX section, and I actually, oh my goodness. So I think NYX came out. You guys know that I'm obsessed with NYX lingerie line. Not necessarily because they're super long lasting or like the best liquid lipstick, the best liquid lipstick formula I've ever used, but I loved the Nude Rage that they came out with, and I felt like with a little bit of lip liner it could get them to last a little bit longer. I was just honestly a really big fan. Now, if you've been around my channel for a while, that might come as a shock because I was shocked when I actually liked a NYX lip product. I've had just bad experiences with NYX in the past, but again, that lingerie line I had really good experiences with. So I think they came out with a whole new set of brand new shades, probably another 12 shades or so. So this is one of the liquid lipsticks from the new line, and this one is called Cheeky, and honestly it may work out for today's look I'm kind of going for. We'll see, but it has the same original NYX lingerie packaging. If you're new or have not been familiar with the line, maybe you haven't seen this before, but it does just come out and it's a nice doe foot applicator, so I'm really excited to give this new shade a try. By the way, they do all come safety sealed. I honestly think I may have bought one that somebody kind of broke open, which I really try to look for that, but I was on a quick break at work, so I had to be sort of quick about it, so I wasn't really looking. Honestly, I'm just gonna use it. It's not a big deal to me. But then I also, NYX has this slip tease line, which is also liquid lipsticks. This one is called Vacation. I love that name. Now this one is completely sealed, slightly different packaging here. Same kind of idea as the NYX lingerie one, but of course one says NYX lingerie and then the other one says slip tease. But I loved this one. I love hot pink or really bright pink liquid lipstick, so I couldn't pass this up when I got it. So I'm gonna see how I like this formula compared to this one. So I just wanted to show you those two items really quickly as well, just because like I said, I will be using them in the future, so I wanted to give you guys kind of a sneak peek while I had them out. Now I only have two other things, and I will show you the thing, the last thing that I got from Sephora, or Ulta, sorry, and this was inspired by a subscriber. Now, I'm gonna put the little comment here, but Natty Hale, I hope that I'm pronouncing that right because I know this girl has been watching my videos for a very long time, but she asked me if I had tried the new Maybelline Super Stay 24-hour coverage foundation. I had not. So this is what I went out looking for. This is what I was talking about, where I think it's really hyped up at the moment and kind of difficult to get your hands on. I noticed at least the two stores that I went to looking for this foundation, the darker shades, they definitely had more in stock than the lighter shades. Usually if I'm buying a new foundation, I'll buy two different shades because I don't know exactly which one is going to match me. But unfortunately, they only had this one or like a really light porcelain shade that I knew was not gonna match. So I don't know if this is gonna match me today, but we're gonna give it a try and review it. I have one more product to try today, so I figured I would just kind of do 2 reviews or 2 first impressions in one because I'm really excited about this. Now, I got this set at the drugstore for only $10, and I have never tried the Artiste set, which I believe is the first, like the original brushes. I know so many companies have been coming off with knockoffs, including this one. This one is from the Glam and Beauty brand. Never heard of them, never tried anything from them, but the price I really wanted to try, and to be honest, I'm not expecting a whole lot, but I really want to try at least this big one for my foundation and like the smaller ones because I use cream contour before my powder contour. So I'm not going to use this for my eyes. I don't like to use the same face brushes that I don't like using face brushes on my eyes as well. I feel like I'm transferring dirt or oil onto my eyelids, and that's no good for me. So we're gonna give it a try because we are trying new foundation. Anyways, I feel like I've talked too long. So let's crack open this first of all, and I'm just gonna show you the brushes. Now, I did notice okay, impossible to get open. It's like it's taped on either side, so let me pop it open. There we go. That made my life a lot easier. Okay, so one of the first thing that I noticed when I was just looking at the packaging from, you know, inside the package, I could see right down here that the handles do have recommended uses for them. I think this one, the big one, they recommend powder. Yeah, let me pull these guys out. They have a little bit of weight to them. The handle feels a little bit cheap, just like a plastic, but the brush itself is definitely like the weighted part of the brush. The brush feels pretty soft, actually, surprisingly soft. There is already a tiny bit of shedding I can see going on, like there was just a couple of little loose hairs here, which, you know, to me kind of raises red flags a little bit. But again, for $10 for this whole set, I was just not expecting a whole lot. Like my expectations aren't super high. But that is the first one. Then the second one is our smallest one. And this is the only one that's like an actual little circle here. But this one is for concealer, which is interesting. Maybe we'll try this for a concealer as well today. I want to try to use as many brushes as I can. Then this middle one, which is slightly smaller than the powder brush. This is our blush brush. Again, same thing. The brush itself, it has a little bit of weight to it. These are definitely, you know, much lighter than this big boy. But I don't know, maybe if you had like a cream blush or something. I don't use cream blushes. I don't know. I just never really got into them. Maybe I should experiment them with a little bit and try out this brush on them. Then we have our next one is our contour brush, which I'm really excited about because I was almost debating on either using the blush brush or the contour brush to blend out my cream blush or my cream contour. So we'll see which one I decide to use. And then our last one is for eyeshadow. And again, I wouldn't use this on my eyes. I just feel like this is a very strange shape to apply any sort of eyeshadow. I would use this one for like my nose contour to really chisel it out. So that is all the brushes. So we get a set of 5. So I guess we'll just go ahead and start doing my makeup. I'm probably gonna skip the eyes and just concentrate on the face and talk you guys through it. So the first thing that I'm gonna go ahead and do is, of course, take my Monostat primer. I've still been loving it. Honestly, I will be looking for something different very soon. I know actually you guys have been recommending me a couple of products, so thank you for that. I just have not gotten around to be able to try them yet. But this, I just feel like I'm dealing with a little bit of patchiness in my makeup, especially, you know, as the day goes on, especially under my eyes. And I don't know why, because that's where I powder the most. But I feel like I just need a really good kind of tacky primer. So that's what I'm going to be looking for pretty soon. So I definitely still recommend the Monistat. I still think it's a pretty good primer. You know, especially when you compare it to other actual primers like we did with the Hydra Touch from NYX. So I don't know. I think it's about preference and see if it works for you. I mean, it's so cheap that, you know, I feel like even if it doesn't work for you, it's not that big of a deal because you didn't spend so much money on it. But all right, once I get that worked into my skin, we will go ahead and dive into our foundation here. Now, I don't know if I mentioned, but I got the color number 112 in Natural Ivory. Any sort of natural ivory in foundations tend to work for me, but oh. All right, all I did was twist it and something broke because a little piece of white plastic just fell off, but oh, okay, I definitely wasn't supposed to twist that. All right, don't twist it off. I don't know what. Oh, shoot. Something sounds broken. Oh, no. Okay, so don't twist it. I guess it's just a pop-off cap. And the only thing that I can see with the packaging, it is really nice, but can I just show you for a moment what my black covers look like with foundation? So this is my NARS one, which this one was like $53. Oh my God. But you can see with the black, like just my fingerprints get all over it. So I know this is not going to stay clean very long. Just want to throw that out there. But I do love immediately that it's a pump. I think it's just because I've been using high-end foundations for so long, and most of them come with a pump. If they don't, you can typically buy a pump for it. Like the MAC Studio Fix one, look at this one. This is like completely used, but this one, you know, just kind of had the just open hole one, but you can buy a separate pump. The foundation that I've been using currently from the drugstore was the Fit Me foundation, which it's okay. It's like a light to medium coverage, so I was just looking for something a little bit more, but again, it's just kind of an open hole one, and I'm not a fan of it. I feel like I waste too much product when they have like nothing really to help you get the product out. So I love immediately that this is a pump. I'm just hoping that it didn't break anything. I'm actually gonna screw this off real quick and see. Okay, it doesn't. It turns. Ooh, more plastic is falling off. Okay, we're getting no more shaking, so another little piece of plastic just fell off. So I think we're okay. I definitely broke something, but we should be good. So I have never used these kinds of brushes before. I've always just used my beauty blender, so I'm not sure if I should just put it directly on the sponge or on the back of my hand first. I think we're just going to, I've watched a couple people use this before, so I think we're just gonna start with like a pump and a half right on the brush here. And I'm definitely gonna bring you guys in closer so you can see. I'm going to clip my hair back a little bit better so I don't get a ton of foundation in my hair. I have these like weird little baby hairs that like to stick up. Not cute. I need to get like a little headband. I used to have one. I don't know where the heck it went though. I'll pick one up at my job, probably today because I'm thinking of it. All right, I just wanted to pull my hair out of my face for a moment. So we're just gonna go ahead. I don't know if this is fast drying, so I should probably start moving. But we're just going to, whoa. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna start using the brush to kind of disperse the product first. Wow, that covered wicked fast. And then I guess I'm just gonna use, I feel like this brush might be a little bit too big, or maybe it's just because I'm not used to it, because it feels a little crazy, but wow, this foundation, okay, getting a little hair, so there's definitely some shedding, which can be annoying, especially in foundation. You don't want to like dry and be stuck there. That's gonna get annoying fast. But the bristles feel really nice. They're really, really soft. Wow, this foundation, honestly, has some pretty nice coverage. And it like covered my cheek and like I went up to pretty much my nose so quickly. I'm just gonna finish this half of my face first so I can kind of see what this foundation is looking like. So I'm just gonna use a little half pump here just so I'm able to cover my forehead, because over here is where I have like bigger blemishes, harder to hide. So I'm just going to, wow. The smell, it has a little bit of a cosmetic smell. I know some people like knowing the odor of certain products, if that's like a big thing for you. I am gonna cover my ears a little bit. My earring is covered in foundation. Looking flawless though. Oh my gosh. This just feels really nice, to be honest with you. So now once I have the foundation actually on, I must say the handle's a little bit weird. Like I feel like I'm almost gonna snap it, which would not be good. I'm gonna bring this down to my neck a little bit as well. I am wearing kind of like a turtleneck shirt, but just to make sure we don't have any weirdness. The color match actually seems pretty good. I don't think I'm too far off at all. So I would say it's probably about a medium coverage foundation. Like I can still like see my skin underneath. I don't want like a full-blown matte, you know what I mean? That's when it gets a little too drying. So this looks pretty good. I'm gonna do this half of my face now because I really wanna see how it's gonna cover that without any extra like concealer. So again, this time I'm gonna do 2 pumps, and it seems like that's kind of a lot. I've done what? Almost like, what, 4.5 pumps on my face now? I don't know if it's because this is just my first time and I could use less and cover my entire face. I don't know. That's something I'm definitely gonna have to play with. Wow. Did you see that blemish just disappear? Honestly, I'm kind of impressed. No, I'm definitely impressed. Oh, that was so flippin' fast. That was so fast. That is crazy. I got a lot of discoloration right here. So I always try to go in with like foundation and concealer in those areas to even out the skin tone. I'm not gonna go under my eyes too much because we are gonna be, you know, of course, going in with concealer. But I'm not having a hard time like getting into the crevices of my nose or anything with this brush. It's quite flexible, so I can get into those little areas. And it doesn't seem to like be pulling the foundation off or moving it too much. It just kind of seems to be smoothing it out. Wow. Okay, I'm going to just put a tiny bit more on my forehead just because of that blemish. It really covered it. Like it covered it better than the Fit Me one for sure. But I'm gonna add a little bit more just to see if this product is buildable without getting too cakey, because sometimes it's nice just to add a little bit of coverage, or if you wanna opt out for less coverage, if you're just having kind of a casual day, it's nice to have a product that you can switch up like that by just adding a little bit more or less. So I'm just going to add a little bit more all around my face and see how we're looking. The brush seems to be tugging my skin a little bit as I'm kind of working it in. I don't know if I should be doing maybe circular motions. That feels a little bit better. So maybe I would apply it in the kind of pulling motion and then blend it in. Oh my god, this feels like a massage. Although the only thing that's driving me nuts is these little pieces that are shedding, that they're tickling me. They're tickling me a little bit, like right here. So that's the only thing. But honestly, wow. Wow. It looks really nice. It honestly doesn't look streaky at all. I think I'm just gonna bounce the Beauty Blender a little bit over it just because I'm really kind of anal about like streaky foundation. I don't want to look like I'm wearing much of anything. Well, it's not like I go for a natural look, but you know what I mean. You don't want to look like you're packing on the foundation. So just because I'm such a big fan of the Beauty Blender, nothing against the brush. I think you could get away with just using the brush. I wasn't dealing with anything super crazy, but just to kind of give it a more flawless airbrushed look, I'm just bouncing the Beauty Blender over it. I am extremely impressed so far, not only by this foundation, but by the brushes. So that was the review for the foundation. I love it. I'll definitely have to see, you know, how it wears throughout the day, but that also depends on your primer if you use a setting spray. Like, it has a lot of factors if you're sweating, all that kind of stuff. So there's a hair. So far the only downfall I'm having with these brushes is just the shedding, which can be a big problem, but we'll see how they hold up. All right, let's move on because now I'm really excited. I do my contour before my concealer because I like to powder my concealer pretty much right away. I like to give it a minute to dry, but to prevent creasing, I like to powder. So I like to do all my creams before the powder. I've been using the Anastasia Shadow Stick in the color Shadow. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on my hairline. Maybe I'm just crazy, but it seems like even this product is just going on my skin much easier than like the Fit Me foundation, or even the Healthy Elixir from CoverGirl that I was using not long ago. It just seems like I'm noticing a difference on just how this is applying. My hair is going crazy. So put a little bit on my jawline, and then I am gonna do my nose because I want to test out more brushes. So I try to like fix my crooked nose using a little bit of contour. So I bring two lines pretty close together down the center of my nose to create the illusion that my nose is straight. And then I add a little bit on the sides, cut right across, and then I make a little V at the bottom as well. For contour, this is the contour brush, which I can see why. But I'm kind of tempted to use the blush brush, at least maybe on my cheeks. So I am going to just start using this in a circular motion. Oh wow, you can already see that line is blending out. I'm just curious if it's gonna like pull off any product or move my foundation as we layer creams, but it looks pretty good. If you want a quick application, if you're not talking and explaining everything, holy smokes. All right, let's go ahead and do my forehead. My forehead I like to blend a little bit upwards and then bring it down to create the illusion of a smaller forehead. I don't have a really big forehead, but I like to do this anyways. I just keep it quite close to the hairline. You can drag it down farther though if you have a bigger forehead and want to give the illusion that you have a smaller one. So holy smokes, I'm kind of blown away a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. I just didn't expect it to be such a quick application. I mean, it makes sense, but that wasn't in the back of my head when I was sitting down to do this video. Just needs a little more blending, but again, that was on my end because I'm dealing with some shadows, so I didn't really see it very well, but it blended it out beautifully. We're gonna try to blend out this nose contour. Ooh, I don't know if that hair came from the foundation brush or the contour brush, but I think I'm gonna use the, well, I don't know if I should use the contour or the eyeshadow brush. I guess I'll start with the eyeshadow brush and see if we need to go up a size, but let me just start blending this out a little bit. The brushes feel a little bit different on this smaller one, like they're more dense. The other one was a little too small, so I switched to the actual contour brush. And this one's working a little bit better. And then maybe for like the super small areas, I would use this really tiny brush. It was just too small. It was just taking too long to blend it out properly. So this one's taking a little bit longer to blend, and I'm kind of afraid that it was starting to dry because I was taking more time on the rest of my face, because this one's not blending out as easily, I'll be totally honest. So I'm gonna go into that bigger blush brush and try to soften it a little bit. Yeah, the bristles are definitely softer when it comes to the bigger brushes. Not bad though, it definitely blended it out. It just took a little bit longer. So I'm curious, now we're moving on to our concealer, and I've been using the Born This Way concealer from Too Faced, and I'll be honest with you, this color, I need it a little bit lighter. This matches my skin tone a little too well. So I'm just going to dot it on my face. You can see, like I could definitely go lighter. I do remember when I went out to purchase this concealer though, the shade that I wanted was not in stock and I really need a new concealer. And I was trying to find one within like a specific price range. So this is the one that we got and I really do like it. I think I'm actually running out, which I'm not mad at because again, I want to go and actually get the proper color so it's a little more brightening than just concealing. I'm gonna add a little bit on my nose. And then we're going to use the brush that was recommended for contour, which I feel like if I tried blending it out with this would take forever. So we're gonna try it. Oh, okay. Definitely don't sweep it back and forth. That was not a good feeling. that was uncomfortable. That didn't feel good. That was just awful. But kind of using the brush in the same sort of pattern that I would if I was just using the doe foot applicator. It is blending, but I'm not. All right, I'm not a super fan of this brush. I'll be honest with you. It's really streaky. The bristles are a little bit harder, so around that eye area it makes it a little sensitive. This takes forever. I don't like this brush. I don't like that. So I am actually just going to use my beauty blender because my other brushes are already dirty, to just kind of finish buffing out at least under my eyes. We are going to try that brush on my nose, but I feel like the forehead would also kind of take forever. So let's try this brush at least down the bridge. Maybe we can just get like a good kind of concentrated line down at least the bridge of my nose, so it might help with the contour there. The edges definitely need to be blended out. I don't know how I feel about the smaller brushes, which is kind of a bummer because that's the reason that I wanted this set for like my contour and stuff. I wanted the smaller brushes, but I'm not as big of a fan as them. They work-ish, but I'm gonna go back into the brush with my concealer and just kind of make that shadow on the side of my nose a little bit better. And I think I'm just gonna go over the beauty blender just to make sure those edges aren't harsh. All right, so that is all the creams that I put on my face. So I'm really quickly gonna go ahead and use my Fit Me translucent powder. This is in Fair number 5. I actually really like this powder. It's really fine. The texture is just really, really nice, and it actually really brightens up my under eyes. That's why I've been kind of able to get away with using this color concealer. So I'm just going to make sure that any fine lines are blended, and then I'm going to just dip my beauty blender right in the cap and look up. Oh wow, yeah, you can see that it like really, really, really brightens up any area that you put this on. Now that I'm looking a little bit crazy, we have tested out everything that I want to do a first impression on today. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my makeup. I'll bring you guys back. We're gonna try out these lashes today, and then I really want to try cheeky. Whenever I wear gray, I either try to do like a really light gray eye or a smoky eye or even a pink eye. I love not a pink eye, a pink eye. I really love pink and gray, so I might just do like a nice pink look. I'm not sure where I'm gonna go with that yet, but I'll bring you guys again in a little bit or in just a second when I have gotten to my lashes. So I've gone ahead and I have finished up my eyes. Honestly, I kept it quite simple. I used mostly shadows from the Carly Bible palette, but I did dig into the Too Faced Stardust palette as well. But I just wanted to do something really, really quick, really simple. I added a little bit of pink and like white shimmery shadows to the look. So we're about to pop on the lashes, so I just wanted to show you guys what they look like on. As I'm applying glue to these lashes as well, I was thinking that I want to try these brushes for some of the products that I still need to use on my face. I am going to add some bronzer to help you know, add a little bit more warmth and to help really make that cream contour pop as well. So I added a little bit of glue, and these actually don't seem as long as I thought they were. I don't typically cut down my lashes. I like them to be quite long. I apologize, I didn't realize my camera stopped recording because my memory card filled up, but we have a new card in, so let's move on. I did just pop off the lashes or pop them out of the packaging and they're getting tacky with a little bit of Duo lash glue. And I was in the middle of saying that they seem a little bit shorter lengthwise, but a little bit longer widthwise. And I actually don't typically cut down my lashes unless I really have to. If they're poking me like in the corner or something, then I'll cut them down, but we're gonna give them a try without cutting them. So we're going to give these a moment to get tacky and then put them on. In the meantime, I am curious because I wonder if I can use any of these brushes for powders, because this big one is labeled powder, so I am assuming so. So I kind of want to give it a try. So I'm going to take my Becca Capri Coast bronzer to add a little bit more warmth to my face. And I think I'm going to use the blush brush again for this. So I'm going to swirl it in the pan and then, ooh, okay, I can see some excess powder popping off there. So I'm just going to start applying this in, again, a circular motion, just to, again, add some more color and warmth to my face. And it seems to be adding a little bit of product for sure. But usually if I add it with like my kabuki brush, oh, okay. Okay, this side, I don't know, this side definitely seems to be adding more product. I wasn't sure, but I don't know, it seems to be working pretty good. Okay, so you can definitely use this with powders. I almost want to use it for my highlight as well. I just want to make sure this bronze isn't looking too orangey or like I have too much product on. Ooh, that's definitely, that needs to be blended. So be careful, this picks up more product than I actually thought it would. So that's pretty amazing actually, that you can use this with both a cream and a powder, and I'm actually getting pretty good results from both kinds of products. So I'm just kind of buffing it in a little bit with circular motions. I'm not like really pushing, I'm just kind of almost grazing the skin a bit, but I am gonna have to pop on my lashes in just a second. So I'll blend that out more in a moment. Let me get these lashes on. Let's see if they're too long or if they're a good length. Wow, okay, they are really long, but I'm going to see if I can get this to work, because I do like my lashes to come quite close to my inner corner as well. And then anything that overhangs, I typically just press it so it follows my eyeliner. I don't mind the overhanging. I tend to work with it. So these might actually be a workable length for me, but we'll see. So I just want to make sure that they're pressed really well down, especially if I'm opening brand new lashes. They tend to pop up easier than if I've been reusing the same pair a couple times. So I really want to just take extra care to make sure that these are placed on well. I think I'm gonna take this off and trim them down just a smidgen. All right, while those are getting tacky again, I'm gonna continue blending out my bronzer, and I'll see you in just a second. This time I'm actually going to bend them a little bit as well. I kind of forget that I like to do that with brand new lashes. So I like to just kind of bend them so they get a nice rounded shape to them, kind of wiggle them back and forth. I like to position the front corner first, and then I'll take the remainder of the lash and then put that in place. The only thing that I will say about them is just because they are so similar to my Salon Perfects in style and everything, the only thing that I'm noticing is that these kind of have a larger lash band. So I'm not typically I like my lash bands to be quite thin. I feel like they're a little more comfortable, you don't feel them as much, and they're a little bit easier to get them to last all day. So I don't know, I think I'll definitely use this pair until it's time to be replaced, but again, because they are so similar to these ones, I think I'm just going to continue to use my Salon Perfect ones. I'm going to go ahead and let my lashes completely dry, so you might see a little bit of white glue as we work here, but I do want to try to use a little bit of highlighter using these brushes today. So in my Carly Bybel Deluxe Edition palette, there's a whole bunch of different highlighters. I do use this one a ton in my inner corner, so I think I'm going to use a little bit of this one and then a little bit of the pink one, because we do have some pink in our eye look today. So what brush do I want to use for that? I don't think I want to use the one that I just used for contour. So maybe we're gonna try this one, which was the contour brush. So I'm gonna dip a little bit into, kind of go back and forth. I'm just patting the brush. It's picking up quite a bit of powder. So I'm gonna pick it up, tap it off, and then let's see how it works for highlighting. So I'm just gonna do really soft, barely touching the skin, circular, whoa, okay. So these brushes pick up, these brushes pick up a lot of product. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm having a little bit of difficulties once I've applied the highlighter. I'm having difficulties like going back in and blending it out without really intensifying the highlighter. So I think what I'm gonna do is use it to kind of apply the product where I want it first and kind of buff it in using the circular motions. You know, a little bit above my eyebrow as well. Kind of a weird feeling to do a circular motion with this brush. All right, I'm gonna use that teeny tiny brush then to put a little bit of highlight down the center of my nose. Guys, I'm so impressed. I think I'm gonna even add a little bit of highlighter right in like my inner corner on the side of my nose, just to really brighten up that area. I'm going to add a little bit, I'm just going crazy with the highlight now. I'm gonna add a little bit on my cupid's bow, a little bit here. I only add a tiny bit there. I don't want it to look too shiny. I guess we'll throw some on the chin too. I'm really excited that I know that I can use these brushes equally as well with creams and highlights, and I like the smaller brushes for the highlight. Like I think even this little contour one might be like a great, you know, highlighting down the bridge or in like those small, really small areas. So I don't know, we'll hang on to that. And the last thing that I'm gonna do before we try out a lipstick is add a little bit of mascara to my falsies. Some people don't like to do this, but I just really like it. I like really big, spidery, in-your-face lashes, so you can definitely skip this step. This is just my personal preference. But the lashes look really pretty. They're really long, really spidery, a little bit longer than I expected when I saw them in packaging, so I am excited about that. Unfortunately, we only have one product left to try, and I really hope that it goes with today's look. It might be, maybe, we'll see, but I want to try this cheeky NYX Lingerie liquid lipstick. I'm not going to put anything on my lips. I'm just going to put this right on top. Oh, this ain't gonna work. Okay, this is much more peach than I thought, so I'm gonna stop right there. The color is beautiful, but it's not gonna work for today's look. That's okay. So I'm gonna use this MAC lipstick here. It's called Pink Plaid. It's just a really nice kind of nudie pink. Okay guys, so that is the finished look. I'm so excited. I am a big fan of this foundation so far. I really love these brushes. I'm so excited to play with them some more, try different products using them. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it was kind of like a little mini haul, and then you got 2 reviews in one, which I think is really, really cool. Please let me know if you try out this foundation yourself, or if you try kind of like these artiste brush sets, what you think of them, because I would love to hear from you. Thank you again so much, Natty, for your suggestion. I would really appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please go ahead and leave a big thumbs up, and if you don't want to miss any new videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell and you won't miss a new one. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!